السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. As always, we start with praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because alhamdulillah, although the situation is bad out there, we still have a chance to be involved in something that is inshallah assist us to get a better understanding of the deen. And this is something that is a great bounty for us, because alhamdulillah, there are many people who are not really making an effort to really get a sound understanding of what they have to do in this life. Just praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always for blessing you, because regardless of how you look at it, we are all living in blessings, mashallah. Blessings that are pouring down at all times. So we have to beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to really help us to recognize when these blessings are pouring down, so that we can, inshallah, be more grateful. Okay, this is what is essential for us. You see, at this time that we are in, this time here, it's a big trial for Muslims in many areas. I mean, things are really serious in New York City especially, you know. And this is something that you have to really be patient with. You have to make a lot of dua, because regardless of what it is, if you or me are to die, tomorrow we're going to die, be it from coronavirus or not. The point is that we have to die. And what is more important is that we recognize this. And we submit to it. We submit to the fact that we have to die, because many people cannot live with that reality, that they have to die. But if you can submit to that, alhamdulillah, you're in good shape. That's the first thing. The second thing is, brothers and sisters, watch, this is the decree of Allah. And if He wants us to die by that means, then it's going to happen. But at the same time, we're going to take as much precautions as we can in whatever way we are told to do that. Because it is very important that we do not throw ourselves to our own destruction. So we try to observe the laws, the regulations that the government put down and things like that. So I don't know exactly what are the regulations they put down, but what I feel is that as much people as you can tell not to go to the hospital, because it's more dangerous there. In Canada, they are doing this. They are telling you, don't go to the hospital unless it's an emergency. I don't know how they are doing it in America. But in Canada, you call them, they come and test you at home. This is the better thing to do. But as a Muslim, there are many things that you can do to assist in this situation. First of all, we have all prophetic medicines. It has lately been found that one of the medicines that they are recommended, it has extracts from the black seed. So the point is that we have the black seed. Use it like a medication. Don't use it one time in a day. Use it 3-4 times in a day. The black seed oil, whatever it is. Use honey. Honey is the only thing that is mentioned in the Quran as a cure. You have ginger, you have lemon. Use these things. Keep yourself hydrated. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of hot liquids like tea and coffee and things like this. Drink hot things, or even you can put some Vicks in some hot water. and inhale it. It clears up the system. The problem here is if the lungs become too congested, you feel like difficult to breathe. If you feel that difficulty, then the steam from the Vicks is going to assist in opening up the lungs and make it easier for you to breathe. Okay, this is what is important. The point is that, I mean, don't panic. Don't get into that situation where you feel that everything is in the hands of the doctor, or the doctor can do, they can make all the difference. They can't make any difference. It's all up to Allah. They are going to give you what they think is necessary, but many times if you go into the hospital right now, there is no place. They put a portion, they take a portion from you. You can't, in New York City, you can't even go back and see them. Now, the point that I'm trying to get at is this. We can do a lot of things. I mean, if there is other things they are suggesting, you can get it. Medical things that they are suggesting, then go for it. Inshallah, get it and use it. But the point that I'm trying to get at is don't lose your head over this, because something more important is coming ahead. Something that can guarantee you Jannah if you use it well, and that is Ramadan. And you have to prepare for that. So focus on that. Make a lot of dua in relation to this virus and whatever else. Allah is the one who can protect you. But if you don't reach Ramadan, you lose out on a big opportunity to really get Jannah easily. So what you have to do, brothers and sisters, is always focus. A Muslim is not a person who is stupid. A Muslim focuses on what is more important. So that's what you have to do. Don't lose your head at no time, because that's what Satan wants for us. And look at how Satan has us right now. He has us in a situation, you know, Satan is going to be chained up in Ramadan. But what he has, the majority of Muslims doing right now is focusing on things that is incidental. They're focusing on money that they might lose because the economy is dropping, or they're focusing on the sickness or anything, or things around this area. That's not what needs your focus. You do what you have to do. You do your best in the situation and you move on. You prepare for what is more important. For if in case you have to die in Ramadan, mashallah. And even if you die with this virus, then mashallah, it's like the death of a martyr. So mashallah, you know. So just praise Allah that He has been, you know, He's keep you in this situation where you are still healthy, you're still okay. So try to see what you can do, inshallah. May Allah make it easy for us, and beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He is the one who can cure. He is the only one who can cure. These medications and things like that are just means that can be used, and we should use them, inshallah, because this is part of our deen. I mean, you know, we don't walk in the middle of the road and say, well, you know, oh, I am putting my trust in Allah, I'm not going to be hit down. That is stupidity. You know? So, I mean, a Muslim doesn't operate like that. So if there's a medication that is prescribed for this particular thing and you have it, inshallah, use it. Inshallah, get the doctor's advice. If you can get your personal doctor to advise you on the phone and things like that, do that, inshallah. But don't lose your head. Lose your head over Ramadan. Lose your head over the fact that shaitan is chaining us up and tying us up from now, so that when we are distracted, because so we don't get time to really concentrate on what we have to do, which is more important, to prepare for this glorious gift that Allah is sending to us, inshallah, that's coming in less than a month. So inshallah, you know, let us be well prepared, and let us do what we have to do in a very systematic way, inshallah, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us in our situation. Here is our overview, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, we welcome you to our 7th lesson at Dars al-Sabi' of our series dealing with Ramadan. It is our pleasure to be here once again, and we are very grateful to our Lord for this magnificent opportunity, especially in this time of trials and tribulation, that Allah is still giving us time to really interact with knowledge. Alhamdulillah, we are so glad. We are so glad for you too, that you are there and that we can interact with you. Alhamdulillah, we are in Sha'ban. So beg Allah to bless you to use it properly. Beg Allah, bless it to use it properly. Not worry over coronavirus. Worry over how to prepare yourself for the best thing that can happen to you in this life. Being able to access the bounties of Ramadan. This is what should be your focus, so that you can prepare from now properly for Ramadan. This is what is important. Inshallah. Make a lot of dua, brothers and sisters. Make a lot of dua, inshallah. Our grammar section, we're going to do a quick review of a conjugation of the verb qala, meaning to say, or he said. Now you have to pay attention to this, because this verb has a weak letter. You see this alif here is a weak letter. Okay? Qala. Now because of that, the way it conjugates for the present tense, the past tense, and even if al-amr is different from the regular way it is conjugated. So you would have to, like, Pay attention, right? It has the same endings and things like that, but because of the alif here, we're going to do a complete conjugation of the verb qala, which means to say or he said, because it is the past tense. For the following, the past tense, al-madi, al-fi'l al-madi, al-fi'l al-mudari', wal-fi'l al-amr. Now, I'm not going to translate the English of this, right? And because we should know exactly what past tense is. Ana qultu means I said. So all the rest of it is going to be the same thing. We said, you said, he said, they said, you know. You understand? So I'm not going to translate that. Like for the present tenses, he says, she says, I say, you say, we say, they say, right? And for the command is say. Okay? So just forget English for now. Just think about Arabic. Now, as I told you, it's going to change up, right? So ana qultu, the ta remains, but it becomes qul. Like, you know, when we have the fi'l amr, qul huwa Allahu ahad. It is the same format that is going to be used for most of these verbs right now. Qultu, qulna, qulta, you said. Okay? Qulti. Okay? So if you know the fi'l amr, it's easy. So it's the same thing for, let's say, the verb qama. Qama yaqumu, which means to stand. Man qama Ramadan. Whoever stands in Ramadan in prayer, right? Qama, it will be kumtu, kumna, kumtu, kumta, kumti, kumtum, kumtuma, antuma, kumtuma, antuma, qultuma. Okay? Antum, qultum, antunna, qultunna. So you see, as long as you know the fi'l amr, it is easy. Okay? Inshallah. Huwa, here's a little difference, right? Qala, huwa, qala. Hiya, qalat. Hiya, qalat. She said. Qalat. All the additions are the same. Okay? Huma qala. The verb remains, the alif is added, right? So this one doesn't change. The verb remains. Qalata. Huma for the feminine, right? Qalata. Hum qalu. Hunna qulna. Okay? Hunna qulna. Qalu. So for these five, those five, the verb maintains its state, okay? But for the rest, it takes the fi'l amr form, and the suitable dhamir is added to it, right? So let us read it back quickly. Ana qultu, nahnu qulna, anta qulta, anti qulti, antuma qultuma, antum qultum, antunna qultunna, huwa qala, hiya qalat, huma qala. Huma, this is for feminine, this is for masculine, this one is for feminine. Huma qalata, hum qalu, hunna qulna. Okay, let us go to the mudari. Ana aqulu, we did a lot of this. Yaqulu Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, naqulu. The alif here, the alif here changes into a waw. Okay, and the qaf takes a dhamma. Okay, qala aqulu. أنا أقول نحن نقول أنت تقول أنت تقولين. See, still at the ta at the beginning and the ya and the noon at the back. Okay, so for the present tense, as we see, all the additions are still there, right? What changes is only the verb itself. أنتما تقولان تقولان أنتم تقولون تقولون أنتن تقولن هو يقول هي تقول هما يقولان هما يقولان again. Hum, this is for the plural. مذكر جمع يقولون هن يقولن. Inshallah. And now we know that we know already. We use this a lot. The fi'l amr. أنت قل قل هو الله أحد قل أعوذ برب الفلق. Then Anti Kuli. Kuli. Notice here. You see? The waw is there. It's Kuli. Why? We drop off the ta. There is no sukoon on the fourth letter, like we had before when we have fataha, iftah, right? Here it already has a vowel sign. So nothing has changed. So all we have to do is add the ya at the back, right? Because what is added for this is the ya and the noon. The noon drops off, so it becomes kuli. Same thing here. Kuli. تقولان. We drop the ta fully, so we don't have to add an alif in front of it because it already has a vowel sign. It's only if it had a sukoon, like ifta, ukhruj, and idhab, then we use the alif. But as long as it has a vowel sign, when the ta is dropped off from this, that's it, we use the vowel sign. So it's kula, kula. Here is qulu, qulu amanna, right? And here, this one is qulna, qulna, that's it, right? Qul, quli, qula, antum, qulu, antunna, qulna. Antuma, qula, anti, quli. Okay? So it is a little different, but if you pay attention, inshallah, it is going to be, it is not difficult. I mean, you will get used to it, right? But I brought this weak verb because I want you on the weak letter here, because I want you to get used to it. Do you understand? Inshallah, I want you to start getting used to it, because we use this verb a lot, right? So alhamdulillah, let us move on, inshallah. So we are here. Huwa, we have dhahaba, right? Dhahaba, huwa, hiya, dhahabat. Come on, let us see if you can get it before me. Anta, dhahabta. Ana, dhahabtu. Hum, dhahabu. Antum, dhahabtum. Nahnu, dhahabna. Okay. Huwa, yadhhabu. Hiya, tadhhabu. Anta, tadhhabu. Ana, adhhabu. Hum, يذهبون. أنتم تذهبون. نحن نذهب. For the fi'l amr, we have two only. أنت وأنتم. أنت, اذهب أنت. اذهبوا أنتم. Right? If it is feminine, أنت, اذهبي. أنتن, اذهبنا. أنتما, اذهبا. Right? Inshallah. For the next verb, we have خرجت. أنا خرجت. نحن خرجنا. أنت خرجت. أنتم خرجتم. هو خرج. هي خرجت. هم خرجوا. طيب أنا أخرج. نحن نخرج. أنت تخرج. أنتم تخرجون. هو يخرج. هي come on تخرج. هم يخرجون. Okay. طيب the amr is أنت اخرج أنت. For the plurals, اخرجوا, اخرجوا. For the madi, for فتح, we have أنا فتحت. فتحت. نحن فتحنا. أنت فتحت. أنتم فتحتم. هو فتح. هي فتحت. هم فتحوا. For the present tense, for the مضارع, للمضارع, أنا أفتح. نحن نفتح. أنت تفتح. أنتم تفتحون. هو يفتح. هي تفتح. هم يفتحون. للأمر نقول أنت افتح. افتح أنت. أنتم افتحوا. ما شاء الله. Then we have شرب. أنا شربت للماضي. أنا شربت. نحن شربنا. أنت شربت. أنتم شربتم. هو شرب. هم شربوا. Okay. للمضارع, for the مضارع, أنا أشرب. نحن نشرب. أنت تشرب. أنتم تشربون. هو يشرب. هم يشربون. If I want to say أمر now, أنت اشرب. اشرب أنت. اشربوا is for أنتم. So we have Makhraj al-Huruf. We are doing Makhraj al-Huruf, inshallah. Today we are going to do a special harf, the most difficult harf in the Arabic alphabet. Makhraj al-Huruf. Makhraj al-Huruf is places from which letters originate. Makhraj, you know, it comes from the word kharaja. Kharaja means to leave. Makhraj is the place from where the huruf leaves. Right? Makhraj is plural. Is the places. Makhraj. So you know Makhraj, right? Makhraj is the place of leaving or the point of leaving. So Makhraj is like an exit. A Makhraj is like an exit, right? So the exit for the letters you can translate, right? Makhraj is the plural of Makhraj. Makhraj al-Huruf, places from which letters originate or leave. Because letters leave from those points. We have Hafatul Lisan. Hafatul Lisan. We know Lisan? Lisan is is the tongue. So hafatul lisan means the side of the tongue. Okay, inshallah. So this is what we're going to discuss today. Today we're going to do the most difficult letter in the Arabic alphabet, inshallah. Of the 32 teeth in the mouth, I'm not sure about this. 28 is used in the pronunciation of the dad and the lam. Anyways, I have to check about this. But a lot of the teeth are used in the pronunciation of the dad and the lam. Thus, it is necessary to review the names of the teeth in the mouth before discussing these letters, inshallah. Right? We have the athanaya. Okay, thanaya, 4 of them, the top and the bottom. Because why this here, why I say this, is because the dad and the lam are pronounced from the top rows of the teeth and not from the bottom. So the bottom rows does not have any play in it. So 32 teeth, right? There's 16 each. So 14 of them is used for the pronunciation of lam and dad. I think that's the most correct thing, to be 14 instead of 28, right? So we have athanaya, ar-rubaiyat, right? Also called incisors, okay? So the incisors, they are these 2 here and 2 at the bottom, right? Everything that has at the top, it has a similar amount at the bottom, inshallah, right? So we have 2 athanaya here, 2 rubaiyat, we have 2 at the bottom, right? Then we have al-anyab. Al-anyab are the canine teeth, the teeth that are used for tearing, okay? Then we have, yeah, that's al-anyab. Then we have ad-dawahik. Ad-dawahik are 4, inshallah. The premolars, they are these 2 here and 2 at the bottom here. Then we have the tawahin, and the nawajid is 4. These 4 here, right? These 2 and 2, 4. So that is what it is. The tawahin are 12, inshallah. 6 at the top and 6 at the bottom. 3 on both sides. The sides of the tongue. 2 letters are pronounced using the side of the tongue, the dad and the lam. So our concern is to understand the side of the tongue before we discuss the letter that originate from them, inshallah. Okay, so because these 2 letters are pronounced on the side of the tongue, we have to know exactly from which part of the side of the tongue they are pronounced, so that inshallah when we pronounce them, we will be putting our tongue in the correct place. Okay, inshallah. There are 2 major aspects of the side of the tongue. 2 major aspects of the side of the tongue. From the deepest part to the middle. Okay, this here is the deepest part, and it's on this side too, right? The deepest part of the tongue. So from this line here and to the middle of the tongue, it's up to here, and it's up to here, right? From the deepest part to the middle is dad. So the dad is pronounced from this, using this area, and the lam is pronounced using this area. The dad is pronounced using this area. Number 1, you see this area here. I highlighted here already, right? The lam is pronounced using this area. So you know from where to where on the tongue the letter is pronounced from, right? From the very back of the tongue. You see this here? This here is the root, right? This is not what we want. God doesn't come from the root. It comes from the deepest part or the farthest part of the tongue from the back up to the middle. That's for the God, and that's what we're interested in today. Let us look at the yellow and the blue squares in the picture. Okay, you see the yellow square? It shows you the point. These yellow squares here, these yellow squares are the foremost part of the mouth. So the tongue hits the area of the mouth, of the teeth, that is directly opposite it. However, for the yellow area, the tongue connects without pressure. Okay, you understand that, right? The tongue, for the yellow area, it connects without pressure. This is for the dad, inshallah. The blue square represents the touching of the tongue with pressure, and it's resting in that position. So the tongue, it touches this blue part. See here? I know this is on both sides, right? That is because the dad can be pronounced from either side. The dad can be pronounced from either side. So it must have the same characteristic regardless of which side it is pronounced from. The blue squares represent the touching of the tongue with pressure, and it's resting in that position, and it has a stay. It stays. Do. So if in the pronunciation of dad we put pressure on the yellow area, then that would result in an elevated dal, which is not found in Arabic language. Right? So you say that's an elevated, that's not you hear the difference? There's a difference in it. Okay? What is in Arabic is the dad. We get this? Everybody understand what's going on, right? Okay. The letter dad use the lateral 2/3 of the side or edge of the tongue. As I said, from the middle going back towards the back. The dad is pronounced from one or both sides of the tongue. I said that also, right? It's pronounced on both sides, from the upper molars and the gum areas next to the molars. Okay? So the dad is pronounced from one or both sides of the tongue and from the upper molars and the gum areas next to the molars, right? So it touches the molar and the gum area next to the molars. And this is represented by the blue squares in the picture that we did, right? Or in this picture that we have here. Okay? So as you can see it again, so it's pronounced from one or both sides of the tongue and from the upper molars. From the upper molars. These are the upper molars. 3 and 3/6. And the gum area. This is the gum area here. And this is represented by the blue squares, inshallah. Check from the side picture, right? Look, the molars are here, right? So the tongue touches here, this here, inshallah. This letter can be pronounced from either side, left or right, of the tongue, or from both sides of it simultaneously, right? So there's 3 ways to pronounce dad. Pronouncing it from the left side is easier and more common than using the right side, and that is easier for me. The Prophet ﷺ pronounced this letter from both sides of the tongue. Okay? The range of the tongue that dad works with from the side of the tongue. This is called Aqsa al-Hafa, and this is called Adna al-Hafa. We know Aqsa already. Aqsa means the farthest side, and Adna means the closer side. This portion here, as we said, Mintaqat al-Daqt, the position of duct is the position of pressure and staying, right? And the other one is Mintaqat al-Talamus. Talamus means just touch. This is the picture of the tongue highlighting the 2 parts of the side of the tongue. Note, the 2 colors used are going to touch those parts of the upper palate with the same color. Okay? Picture on left. So, as you can see, the whole tongue is involved in pronouncing dad, right? One part is strong on it, and the other part is light on it. The point of touching, the point of pressure and rest. Okay, so we have this is the point of touching here, just touching the yellow portion, and the point of pressure and rest. That's the back portion. In this picture, we see the entire tongue and which parts touch where, right? Whereas this picture is showing us which part is touching and which part is for pressure and rest. Okay, inshallah. This picture is a moving pronunciation of dad. And so look at the front of the tongue, how it is under the pressurized ear. Look at the front of the tongue. See the front of the tongue here? It is under the pressurized ear. The ear is coming from the throat, right? And it is under the pressurized ear here, right? And I mean, we are going to just think about that for now. That is emerging from the ear pathways. So the ear is coming from the ear pathways, but it is pressurized at the front of the tongue. It pushes the front of the tongue forward until its tip connects with the point where flesh reaches the teeth, right? So the flesh reaches the teeth here, right? And the quantity of air captured behind the tongue increases. So the quantity of air increases here. Follow the arrow and you will see the air increasing behind the tongue. So the air increases behind the tongue. This is why the dad is called mustathliya, because the ear in the song extends more than it was when he began to pronounce it, right? So when you begin to pronounce that, the ears start coming up. But because it is trapped there, right, more air builds up. From the beginning of the pronunciation to the end of the pronunciation, more air builds up. Okay? This is one of the unique attributes of this letter. And there's no other language that has this letter. This letter has a characteristic of compression of the sound, as well as tafkhim, as well as heaviness. It's very heavy. Dod. So the deep part of the tongue raises up when pronouncing it. So the deep part of the tongue, this part of it here, raises up. So the deep part of it raises up when pronouncing it and compresses the tongue at the same time, as we are seeing with the picture on the right. The side of the tongue is from which Dod is pronounced. The range of the tongue that Dod works with from the side of the tongue. Okay? The range of the tongue that Dod works with from the side of the tongue. Dod with a kasra and dhamma. Okay? Now, I want you to pay attention to this carefully. This is very important. Remember we said, when you start pronouncing the letter, it is not coming as much as it comes later. But then the ear is trapped here, trapped in front. And then it moves out to the side. Let us see what it says here. The two pictures manifest the part of the tongue striking the upper palate. These two pictures, they manifest the part of the tongue striking the upper palate in pronouncing Dad and how the song emanates. Pay attention to how the song is distributed left and right, as exemplified by the black arrows. Right? So the song is distributed on both sides. Note, it does not come out from the direction of the front of the mouth, the yellow colored portion. And this is if you're using both sides of the tongue to pronounce the letter, but spread apart right and left and leaves from the area that is colored green. So the ear leaves, it does not go from the front, it goes out from the side. Ba, di, do, ba, di, do. Common mistakes made with Dad. Dad takes practice, patience, and dua to perfect its articulation. The most common mistake in its pronunciation is using the tip of the tongue instead of the side. You understand that we described earlier. The resultant song at that time is that of a dal, or an elevated dal, which is not found in the Arabic language. Using the middle of the tongue and what opposes it of the middle of the roof of the mouth is another common error. So some people pronounce the Dod from the middle. The resultant song is a sort of a heavy dal. Okay? Some people pronounce this letter using the tip of the tongue and the teeth, and this is also incorrect. Another less common mistake is going too far back to articulate back to the truth. It has nothing to do with the truth, right? It is that side of the tongue from the back, the very back, to the middle, and it goes with the teeth, the molars, touches the molars heavily with strength, and it sticks to it, right? And the other part, it touches it lightly. I think that's the best I can do for that. You can go back and listen to it, inshallah. What we are doing now is, we are doing what we call Kitab al-Sawm, Fadl Ramadan. Fadl Ramadan. This means the book of fasting, the virtues of Ramadan. The virtues of, we could have translated all of that, right? What I have here, I want you to pay attention to this. You should take this slide and memorize this. These are rumuz Kutub al-Sunnah al-Warida bi Kutub al-Tarikh. The rumuz are the signs that are used for the Kutub al-Sunnah. The Kutub al-Sunnah, you know, for example, there's Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Muttafaqun alayh. This is what? Al-Muwatta, Imam Malik's Muwatta, Sahih ibn Hibban, Sunan Abi Dawood, Sunan al-Tirmizi, Sunan al-Nasai, Sunan ibn Majah, Sunan al-Arba'ah. Sunan al-Arba'ah means Sunan Abu Dawood, these four. When you say Arba, you mean Sunan Abu Dawood, Sunan Tirmizi, Sunan Nasai, Sunan ibn Majah. Alright? These are the four. That is the four here. Sunan al-Sitta are Bukhari, Muslim, right? and these 4 sunan, right? So you see sitta, okay? Sunan sitta are 6. Sunan al-Kubra al-Bayhaqi. Bayhaqi has a collection of hadiths that he called Sunan al-Kubra. Sunan Sa'id ibn Mansur. Now, all of these, right? All of these are books that are the most popular hadith books. Now, why I'm doing this is because many of the hadiths we are going to see, these rumus used right now, right? Because from the book I'm taking it, that's what the scholar used. Like he would use kha for Bukhari, mim for Muslim, qaf for muttafaqun alayh, ta for al-Muwatta, hab for Ibn Hibban al-Sahih, dal for Abu Dawood, ta for Tirmidhi, sin for Nasai, or noon, right? I think he used noon, right? Ha for Ibn Majah, or ha, jim and ha, right? And so on. I think he used 4 when it is a 4, and he used ayn when it is 6. I don't know exactly what he used, because some scholars use different rumus. But I just want you to know that these are present, and this is why that's why I want you to study them. So you can go back and look at them, inshallah, and you can see exactly what you can benefit from them, inshallah. But I think this is very, very beneficial knowledge. I mean, it's something new you might have learned, inshallah, which is good for you. Alhamdulillah. All right, okay. Let us go to this hadith now, inshallah. And Abi Hurayrata qal, and I want you to read with me, inshallah, please. And Abi Hurayrata radiyallahu anhu qal, qala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إذا كان أول ليلة من شهر رمضان سفدت الشياطين ومردت الجن وغلقت أبواب النار فلم يفتح منها باب وفتحت أبواب الجنة فلم يغلق منها باب وينادي مناد يا باغي الخير أقبل ويا باغي الشر أقصر ولله وتقاء من النار وذلك كل ليلة. عن أبي هريرة means related or reported or narrated by or from Abu Hurairah. قال, he said, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, that the messenger said, so the messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم said, إذا كان, إذا and كان, when it is أول ليلة, the first night, من شهر رمضان, from the month of Ramadan, سفدت الشياطين. سفد means shackled. Sufida means قيد, means a shackle or to chain up. So the shaitan are suffidat the shayateen, right? They are chained up. وَمَرَدَةُ الْجِنِّ. So it's not only the shayateen are suffid, but the maradatul jinn. And the marada is the jama for marid. Marid is singular, right? And it means وَهُوَ الْقَوِيُّ الشَّدِيدُ. It means those that are strong and severe. Al-Qawi comes from quwwa. Qawi. La hawla wa la quwwa. Qawi, quwwa, right? They are strong and severe. وَغُلِّقَتْ أَبْوَابُ النَّارِ. We know abwab is a plural for bab. Bab is door. Abwab is doors or gates, right? غُلِّقَ, غَلَّقَ, all of these words, right? All of them. Sufida, غُلِّقَ, يُفْتَحُ, فُتِّحَتْ, يُغْلَقُ, right? All of them are فعل مبني للمجهول. So the abwab of an-nar are غُلِّقَ. غُلِّقَ means they are closed off or shut down. They are shut off. غُلِّقَتْ أبواب النار. So all the doors of Jahannam, of the fire, are all closed. فَلَمْ يُفْتَحْ فَتَحَ يَفْتَحُ, right? يُفْتَحُ فَتَحَ يَفْتَحُ. But فُتِحَ يُفْتَحُ. This is spelled مبني للمجهول. Okay? فُتِحَ يُفْتَحُ. Not فَلَمْ يُفْتَحْ مِنْهَا بَابٍ. So not one of it from them are open. Not one door is open. وَفُتِحَتْ. فُتِحَ. Now we got فُتِحَ. فُتِحَتْ. Abwab. Abwab is the feminine is used because it is غير آكل. Right? Like this. غُلِّقَتْ abwab is also the same thing. Right? The feminine is used, the ta, the sukun is used because of the abwab is feminine. Okay. وَفُتِحَتْ أَبْوَابُ الْجَنَّةِ. So all of the doors of Jannah are open. فَلَمْ يُغْلَقْ مِنْهَا بَابٍ. Not one of the doors is mughlaq, is closed off. Right? All of the doors of Jannah are open. MashaAllah. mercy is pouring down. وَيُنَادِ مُنَادٍ. Nada yunadi. Nada, you know, you call it the adhan and nida. The adhan is called al-nida. So yunadi, nada means to call. Yunadi means he calls, right? Yunadi munadin. A munad is one who is calling, is the one who is called. So the muadhin is the munadin. He calls, right? So yunadi al-munadin, yunadi munadin, ya baghi al-khayr. So a caller calls out, ya baghi al-khayr. Baghi means, oh seeker. Abghi hada, I seek this, or I want this, or I desire this, right? Abghi. So it says, ya baghi, that is the ism al-fa'il, right? Baghi al-khayr. Baghi al-khayr, this is fatha here. This has, the baghi ya has fatha, because mudaf mudafun ilay. When mudaf mudafun ilay comes after ya, the mudaf takes a fatha, right? Ya baghi al-khayr, aqbil. So, all seeker of good, baghi al-khayr means seeker of good, aqbil. Aqbil means to come near or to come forward, right? Aqbil. Wa ya baghi al-shar, ya baghi al-shar, oh seeker of evil or of bad. Aqsir. Aqsir means to desist, refrain from doing something, right? So we have aqbala yuqbilu, aqbil. Aqsara, yuqsiru, aqsir. And notice, there's only one was this particular form, af'ala, yuf'ilu, af'il. That is the only form, inshallah. So, and then he says, وَلِلَّهِ وَتَقَاءُ مِنَ النَّارِ وَذَلِكَ كُلَّ لَيْلَةٍ. وَلِلَّهِ, and for, li means for, Allah, وَتَقَاء, وَتَقَاء. Utaqa means those who are liberated or freed. Min an-nar. It is normally used for a slave who is freed, who has been liberated, right? وَلِلَّهِ أُتَقَاءُ مِنَ النَّارِ. And Allah has أُتَقَاءُ مِنَ النَّارِ وَذَلِكَ كُلَّ لَيْلَةٍ. And Allah has slaves that He freed from the fire of hell, and that is every night of Ramadan. MashaAllah. So brothers and sisters, this is more important to worry about and to make sure you seek after that the coronavirus, inshallah. Right, let us get a hadith, inshallah. Abu Hurairah narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, on the first night of the month of Ramadan, the shayateen are shackled, the jinns are restrained. I would have put here, see, I didn't do the translation, I copied the translation from the book. The strong and severe jinns are restrained, the gates of the fire are shut, such that no gate among them would be open, and the gates of fire are open, such that no gate among them would be closed. And a caller calls out, O seeker of good, come near, and O seeker of evil, desist. For there are those whom Allah liberated from the fire, and that is every night. Anyways, at least we get the idea. I wouldn't translate it like that. And I would say, for Allah or Allah is going to free, or Allah is going to liberate many from the fire of the hell every night. And I'm going to put of Ramadan in bracket. And this is, as you see, ka is Tirmidhi, at-Tirmidhi, ha is Ibn Majah, hab is Ibn Hibban, kaf is al-Hakim in his Mustadrak, and haq is by Haqi in Sunan al-Kubra. I want us to complete with this hadith. This hadith does not have much to do with Shaban or Ramadan, in the sense that it does not relate directly. But I just want you to listen to the hadith. Prophet ﷺ said, and this hadith is related from Mu'adh ibn Jabal. It had ta and haq by haqi, right? But I just extended it. I shouldn't have done that. Anyways, inshallah. Ubudillaha la tushrik bihi shay'a. See if you can translate, and you can read with me. وَاعْمَلْ لِلَّهِ كَأَنَّكَ تَرَاهُ وَاعْدُدْ نَفْسَكَ فِي الْمَوْتَى وَاذْكُرِ اللَّهَ تَعَالَى عِنْدَ كُلِّ حَجَرٍ وَكُلِّ شَجَرٍ وَإِذَا عَمِلْتَ سَيِّئَةً فَاعْمَلْ بِجَنْبِهَا حَسَنَةً السِّرُّ بِالسِّرِّ وَالْعَلَانِيَةُ بِالْعَلَانِيَةِ الطبراني والبيحقي في شعب الإيمان عن معاذ بن جبل. Mu'adh ibn Jabal is a companion that reported it from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, what did he say? U'bud, you know this word, right? U'budu rabbakum. Abada ya'budu, u'bud. U'budillaha. You can translate that, right? Worship Allah. Wala tushrik. It comes from the word ashraka. Remember we were talking about those words just now. Aqsir, aqbil, ashrak. Here's ashrak. Yushriku. Ashraka yushriku means to associate. In it, in that, in it. Yushrik bihi. Yushrik billah. And do not associate with him. The ha here goes back to Allah. Wala yushrik bihi billah shay'an. Shay means something or a thing or an object or anything. So we translate it, worship Allah and do not associate with him anything in worship, obviously. Wa'mal lillahi ka'annaka tarahu. So the Prophet ﷺ is telling you how to worship him. Wa'mal, amala, amila ya'malu, i'mal means to do or to work or to act. To do, to work or to act. Wa'mal lillah, and work for Allah or do actions for Allah, right? Or act for Allah or do deeds for Allah. Ka'annaka tarahu. Ka'anna is from the akwat, the inna, right? Inna, ka'anna, lakinna, anna, later, la'alla, okay? Wa'mal lillahi ka'annaka tarahu, and act for Allah as if tarahu, you see him. We did ra'a before, that's why we did ra'a so much that I didn't say it. Ra'a yara. Tarahu goes back to Allah here again. Ka'annaka tarahu, as if you see him or as if you are seeing him. So that's how you worship Allah. So if you worship Allah like that, brothers and sisters, believe me, you're going to be concentrating a lot. If you worship Allah like that, if we only could worship Allah like that, it'd be so good. But it's so difficult. وَعْدُدْ نَفْسَكَ فِي الْمَوْتَى. وَعْدُدْ, adda, the added of something, right? The amount, the added, the amount, right? Adda means to count or to reckon or to consider, to judge, okay? So wa'adud, this is a command form, right? Wa'adud, adda ya'uddu, u'dud, supposed to be u'dud, right? Wa'adud, but because of the waw coming in front of it here, the sukoon on the alif drops off, and so you go straight to the ayn and you say wa'adud. So consider, count yourself. Wa'adud nafsaka. Nafs, we know nafs, right? Anfus, nafs. Wa'adud nafsaka fi, in. So consider yourself in the category of, or count yourself, or judge yourself, or reckon yourself in the category of al-mawta. Al-mawta means those that are dead. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. So coronavirus won't bother you. So in case you die anyhow, that's it. You're dead anyhow. So if you consider yourself dead from now, all right, or consider yourself in that situation, then nothing bothers you. You're just going to work until you reach with Allah, you know. But just to think about that and to concentrate on it and deal with it is better than thinking about, I mean, this thing now, for preparing for that, thinking about the preparation for that, right? Okay, so consider this hadith. This hadith is amazing. وَاذْكُرِ What does wazkur means? Wazkur is normally translated as remember. It is not so much remember, it means to mention, right? To mention or to make mention of. Make mention of Allah Ta'ala inda kulli hajarin wa kulli shajarin. Inda means by, or next to, or at, right? Wazkurillah, mention Allah, or make mention of Allah. Ta'ala is the Most High. Inda kulli, by. Kulli means every. Hajar means hajarin wa kulli shajarin wa shajar. Hajar wa shajar means stone and tree. Every stone and tree, like any place. Wadhkurullah ta'ala. So this is what we have to be in. This is our situation. This is what we need to do. Brothers and sisters, this is what we need to do. Be constantly in the remembrance of Allah. Be constantly involved in something that's going to be beneficial for you in the akhirah. وَإِذَا عَمِلْتَ سَيِّئَةً فَعْمَلْ بِجَنْبِهَا حَسَنًا. Amila, ya'amalu, we did that here already. Amilta, if you did. وَإِذَا amilta, and when you do, right? وَإِذَا عَمِلْتَ سَيِّئَةً, we did سَيِّئَات, سَيِّئَةٌ, سَيِّئَاتٌ, right? فَعْمَل, then if you do a bad deed, إِذَا عَمِلْتَ سَيِّئَةً فَعْمَل, فَعْمَل is here, then do. Then do, بِجَنْبِهَا, jamb means next to it, or by the side of it, next to it, بِجَنْبِهَا حَسَنًا, then do next to it حَسَنًا. It's like the hadith where the Prophet ﷺ says, اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ حَيْثُمَا كُنْتُمْ, fear Allah wherever you are. What? بِالسَّيِّئَةَ الْحَسَنَةَ, and follow up a bad deed with a good deed, تَمْحُوهَا, it wipes it out, right? So this is what the Prophet ﷺ is advising us, okay? He's saying, وَإِذَا عَمِلْتَ سَيِّئَةً فَعْمَلْ بِجَنْبِهَا حَسَنًا, and if you do a bad deed, do next to it a good deed, and inshallah it's going to wipe it out. Then he says, as-sirru bis-sirri, sir means secret, or in secret, or secretly, right? So what is done in secret, do back something good, bis-sir, as-sirru bis-sir. Secretly, the sayyah is done secretly, do back a good deed in secret. Well, alaniya bil alaniya, alaniya means openly, or in public, or publicly. What is done publicly, do back a good deed publicly, inshallah. And this is related in Tabrani and Al-Bayhaqi, fi Shu'ab al-Iman and Mu'adh ibn Jabal, beautiful hadith, inshallah, that needs a lot of work, needs to pay attention to it. What do you think? Has a lot of beautiful advices, extremely amazing advices, right? Not so? Inshallah. So we're going to just bring the meaning here and close off with this hadith, inshallah. Mu'adh ibn Jabal, may Allah be pleased with him, reported that Prophet ﷺ said, worship Allah and do not associate anything in worship with Him. Act as if you see Him, or do deeds as if you are seeing Him. Consider, count yourself from the dead. Mention Allah by every stone and tree. And if you did a sinful act, do a good next to it. The one done secretly with one done secretly. The act that is done secretly with one replaces it, or do next to it one that is done secretly. And the one done publicly with one done publicly. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to understand the value and the beauty of this deen. Ameen. The great, look at this hadith. MashaAllah. Amazing hadith. And it gives us so much answers to so much of the thing that is bothering right now. This same thing, consider yourself from the people who are dead. Just think about it, man. Or are we afraid of death? We ought to be afraid of death, especially how we are sinning. We are really sinning a lot, So, we have to be afraid because we don't want to die in that state. So what we can do right now is increase our good deeds, increase our dhikr of Allah, increase our dua, make sure, brothers and sisters, please try to fast in this time, So we close here, inshallah. We ask Allah to bless us all, guide us all, and help us all to do what is right, keep us away from what is evil. Make our life in this world easy. Make us deal with whatever comes our way with patience and shukr. Patience and shukr, patience and shukr, patience, sabr and shukr, patience and thankfulness and gratefulness. Very important, inshallah, that we always keep. These two are like the balance in the scale that will help us to deal with situations that are hard and situations that are nice. When situations are nice, we are grateful. We don't over-rejoice with anything. We are patient when things are difficult. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us all and guide us all. Give us the best in this world hereafter and save us from hell. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.